Hello everybody, my name is Dan Cody and welcome back to Part-Time to All-Time. Today we are taking on Burnley and Sunderland. Yes, I remember. In the game between the episodes, we actually beat Leicester 3-0 to end our winless run. And quite a convincing game at that. Arakpo scored once more, which I'm pretty damn happy about. And because we're now in January the 1st, as you can see, a few prearranged transfers have come through. So a new backup goalkeeper, Xavi Marquez, who looks like one for the future, actually. He's only 19 and he's got potential Premier League capabilities. So I like it. Yaisin Nunez has come in. He's apparently a decent Premier League player in terms of a centre-back, which I'm very much looking forward to considering he is 19 years old. Colombian comes into the squad to be a major part of our plans, I am sure. And aside from that, we have got Marcus Antonio, who is our new defensive midfielder. He's 30 years old. He's worth 45 odd million. And I'm hoping he's going to be the linchpin in the midfield. I mean, you look at his anticipation, decisions, vision, agility, concentration. He's got the 15 passing as well. I think he's going to be very good. I'm hoping he's going to be very good. Right. I am going to actively try and shift some players during this window as well. Merkin being one of those. So he can come out of the squad. I need to just jig this around a little bit. And then Antonio can come in for Merkin in that substitute position. Irving has a promise on him at the moment. I'm wondering. So if I put Antonio into that position. Oh, he fits straight in there like a glove. Isn't that wonderful? Ooh, I like that. What is his best position? It is defensive midfield. That's what I like to see. I love it. Okay, so he's not a dropping defensive midfielder. He's a screening or just defensive midfielder. We can make it a defensive midfielder. That's fine. Right. Nunez, I need to make sure gets game time because that guy needs to come on. I mean, I could do that, but that feels risky. Yeah, it's against Burnley. Heck it. Why not? And Xavi Marquez is on the bench as well. As you can see, bids come in for Lancashire and Merkin. I'm hoping they will go. They are loans with a view to make permanent, so I'm hoping that they will go through and that will give me a bit of money in the kitty to try and sign a few extra players. There's also interest in Arakpo, which I'm fighting off. I've given him a new contract because he's the only one that's scoring at the moment, so I don't want people taking him from me. I've tried to sign some of the players that I've wanted to sign. They're just not interested, which pains me because they would have been so good. But I did find a free transfer central midfielder, which looks incredibly good. He's 20 years old, and he's got interest from people like Chelsea and Liverpool. If we can pull that off, I don't know how. He's like a Colombian, some sort of wonder kid from somewhere. I don't know how he's found himself without a club, but my goodness me, if we get him, I'll be so happy. Anyway, let's concentrate on the game in hand, shall we? Birmingham City versus Burnley at home. We need to basically continue where we left off against Leicester City and win this game and hopefully win the next game. If we can, we will put good daylight between us and the relegation zone and we'll put us firmly mid-table in the Premier League, which is where we want to be, if not higher, which would be lovely. Lacey has taken a knock already, 20 minutes into the match. That always makes me feel good. Right. Great highlight. Absolutely fantastic highlight. Right. Silviera finds Freitas. Antonio, Silviera, Schroha, Antonio for the first time shoots from range and he was so close to scoring an absolute stunner on his debut. Imagine the scenes. Ooh. Right. Corner for Burnley. Swing it in. Headed away by Arakpo. Lacey can't get on the end of it. And McAtee, and he's put it in the back of the net. And we're 1-0 down to Burnley at home. I think I'm going to have to bring Shea Lacey off. Dantil can come on for Lacey. Ay, 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 man. We can't be doing anything but winning this game. This is an absolute must win. Come on. We need a result. Otherwise I'm throwing hair dryers at halftime. Right, Burnley trying to play it out from the back. We're pressing them, but we're not pressing them well enough. And they found some space in behind on the left-hand side. They're into the penalty area. Can they do anything with it? They can. They put it across the box, and that's a penalty. I expect VAR will rule in favour of the penalty, because it always does in Football Manager. There you go. Oh, we're actually going to be 2-0 down to Burnley here. This is awful. This is really, really not good. Oh, saved by a Koi. We're in it. We're still in it. Oh my goodness me. We need to be far better in the second half. Holy moly, we've been bad. This is just not acceptable. This is such a bad performance so far. Worst I've seen in a long, long, long time. Right, go short. Come on. Show me it. Show me the way you can play. Show me how good you are. I know you guys can do it. But you're not going to, are you? Okay. We're going to have to switch it up. We're going to do that. Freitas. No. And then Stansfield plays on the right. Bellingham in the middle. Schroeder in the middle, maybe? No. Schroeder on the left. The thing is, I'm not that fussed about bringing Kanate on because I don't think he's going to make a difference. That's the thing that bugs me. Come on. Where is my performance? Where are my players? Marcus Antonio picks up the loose ball. Silveira coming forward with it finds Freitas. Freitas finds Bellingham. Out to Silveira. Beats his man. Runs down the left-hand side. Finds Freitas who finds Schroeder. Into Arakpo who scores. Is that onside? It is. Arakpo scoring for yet another game in a row. And we are on level terms with Burnley finally. My goodness me. Stansfield into the penalty area. Looking for an option. Gives it to Reich. Looking for an option again. Doubles back on himself. Out to Silveira. Silveira into Schroeder. Silveira shoots. Deflected. Out to Reich. Reich looking for an option. Shoots himself. Saved. Corner. Goodness me. We are making a hash of this, aren't we? Like, this is a game we should be winning. I'm going to go very attacking. I feel like that is required. Please. Please, one goal. Not a Burnley free kick. That's not what I want to see. McAtee for Burnley then. Taking his time, as you'd expect. Goes short. We now got to push out. We've got to press them and push out. So much space on the left-hand side for Burnley. McAtee into the penalty area shoots. Luckily, he can't get it on target. My goodness me. Okay, we're back up the other end again. It'll be a corner for us. And that's not a highlight apparently anyway. Please fix the highlights, FM. That bugs me big time. Birmingham 1, Burnley 1. That's not acceptable in my opinion. I know Burnley aren't in the relegation zone, but that's a game I wanted us to be winning, and we haven't won it. So, especially it being at home as well. So yet another draw. We're drawing way too many games this season. How many draws have we got now? 11. The next nearest is 8, I think. Like, That's way too many draws. Way too many. Right. It's a couple of days hop, and we will be playing Sunderland. I will see you for that one. Right then, it's time for our second batch of this video against Sunderland. As you can see, there's a lot of bids coming in. I may have to bring in a few reinforcements. Newbury is back, I've just noticed. He needs to find a new loan, because I think he's quite promising. But yes, loans for Slattery, Merkin, Lancashire, Clara has got actual bids for 10 million. Tanaka's got loans, Vink's got a loan. How many of them will actually accept their loans is a different thing altogether. I'll be perfectly honest. But, you know, we'll see. You never know. Right, we have got a Sunderland team that we need to beat. Arakpo has signed his new contract. Hertha did actually come in and make an offer. I rejected it. He actually wasn't interested in joining them, which was quite helpful for me. And he's now signed a new contract, so Hertha can go away because I want to keep him because he started scoring. If they want Karim Konate, I'm willing to listen. That's for certain. Right. I need to get Lacey off of the bench. Who am I replacing Lacey with? I am actively looking for new attacking players in the window. I haven't stumbled across a nice one yet. Esteval is available, but the problem with Esteval is he was on loan at Troy, and Borussia Dortmund have offered him a contract, but I can't offer him a contract because he's with Chelsea in the same league as me, so I have to buy him, but I can't buy him because he's at Troy. So I think I'm stuffed, to be perfectly honest with you. Right, let's play Sunderland. Let's hope for a better performance than we showed against Burnley, because I was not happy with that performance. I will be perfectly honest. And then I can really crack into the transfer window, and you'll see whatever I've done at the beginning of next week, because things is going on a Friday. So, Sunderland away. How can I tell it's away? Because the big red beams on the top of the stadium. Even if they're not licensed stadium, I can still tell. Right. This is a game we want to be winning. I think Sunderland are indeed in the bottom three. With Aaron Wan-Bissaka, it would seem. Reina coming forward for them though. Freitas has won that back, and Schroha has the ability to run down the left-hand side. Schroha is fouled. And this will be a free kick that he will take himself. Gives it short to Freitas, who gives it back to him. Antonio, Freitas in the penalty area and puts it just wide. Lovely free kick routine there, though. Would love to see more of that. Silviera with a throw-in right on the byline here, though. Freitas, back to Silviera and back to Freitas. Marcus Antonio. Silviera, back to Antonio. Silviera onto Reich. Beats his man into the penalty area. Shoots. Saved by Lubick in the Sunderland goal. Also, Irving has dropped his concern about the amount of football he's playing, so I'm free to play Marcus Antonio in that DLP role, which I'm liking. I like that midfield trio. I think it could be improved, but at the moment it's okay. If I find something to add to it, I buy it. If I don't, I don't. And I have about 18 million to spend, so I have money. Reich finds Stansfield. Stansfield into the penalty area, looking for the opportunity. Clattered into. Reich has the loose ball, though. Stansfield shoots. Stansfield scores. And finally, Jay Stansfield has a goal. It has taken him a long time. I remember an email in my inbox. It's not an email, it's a message these days, isn't it, in FM? But I remember something coming into my inbox that he was on a goal drought and he vowed to end it. I think that was a good in-game like 4 weeks ago. Stansfield just hasn't been able to score. To be fair, he hasn't been starting because he hasn't been playing very well. But today he gets that chance to start because of the injury to Shea Lacey. And he's taken it. He's absolutely taken it. He's put us 1-0 ahead against Sunderland away, which is what I want to see. Absolutely excellent stuff. Now we need to push on. More goals, please. That's what I want to see. Nunez finds Reich. Reich finds Bellingham. Bellingham loses out to a Dingra though. And Sunderland look to come away with the ball with Dahl. Duran loses out to Antonio though. Freitas back to Antonio. Finds Arakpo over the top. Arakpo shoots. Arakpo scores. Was he onside? I've heard the whistle. It'll be a VAR check. It's been awarded. Arakpo scores for yet another game. Absolutely excellent stuff. He's just about onside. But he has put us 2-0 ahead within the half an hour mark. Absolutely excellent stuff. And this is more like it. This is what I wanted to see against Burnley. I know Burnley are better than Sunderland right now. But, I mean, not in real life, obviously. Congratulations to Sunderland in real life, by the way. Aren't you flying? But, in fact, actually, this has been recorded on the day that you drew 0-0 at the Stadium of Light with Manchester City. Thank you for that as an Arsenal supporter. But Stansfield coming forward with the ball here, though, finds Bellingham. Bellingham beats his man into the penalty area. Bellingham, and it's 3. And this looks like it could get ugly very quickly for Sunderland here. I mean, it's an assist from Stansfield. He's been involved a lot now. Bellingham just showing his class, showing his talent. And he just rifles it past Lubick in that Sunderland goal. 3-0 before half-time is absolutely excellent. And by the way, Marcus Antonio has one of the highest ratings on the pitch, and that's what I want to see from my new player. Sunderland coming forward for a rare time in this match. Marcus Antonio, though, is there and thumps it away. Freitas has it now. Schroha beating his player and his ball down. Perhaps not, but Arakpo's put up a loose ball. Arakpo through. Arakpo scores. I have no idea what's going on there, but it's 4-0. And it's 2 in the game for Arakpo. Schroha's been poleaxed from somewhere. Wan-Bissaka's tackled Arakpo, but not successfully. Arakpo's stayed on his feet, rung with the ball, and has just found himself basically in an empty penalty area for himself, and he's buried it. 2 for Arakpo on the day. Sunderland 0, Birmingham City 4. And we are cruising. And we are scoring. If the result stays as it is, we are 10 points ahead of the relegation zone, which would be massive. It seems to be a knock to Schroha. I am not going to risk him. I think Skyvink comes on. There's no need to risk him in a game where we're 4-0 up. That's for sure. Against a team that has had 1 shot and no shots on target. I think we can definitely rest him. It might actually be a good game to bring on Konate. Robbie finds Duran. Duran scores, but I think Duran was offside. He looked offside. Yes, disallowed. He did look offside. I want to move things around if I can. I've made that awkward for myself bringing Skyvink on, I can't lie. Straight swap for Arakpo then. Bring Konate on. I want to see if Konate can get himself on the score sheet. I think that's very important. We can also look to withdraw Freitas, who doesn't get to be at rest all that often. Thing with Cordoba can be withdrawn for Lawrence. I would love to see Konate get on the scoreboard. I want him to break this streak. I want him to start scoring. I had a lot of hopes in him, and he has proven he has a track record at RB Leipzig where he scored. It's Salzburg, I think, but doesn't necessarily matter. He had that Golden Boot winning season in the Europa League, which proves he can do it. I want to see him do it for us. Nunes, Antonio finds Bellingham. Bellingham onto Konate. Konate out to Reich. Reich with space to run into. Beats his man again into the penalty area with Reich. Reich still there. Stansfield blocked, and I'll go out for a corner. What worries me is if we can't get Konate on the score sheet in these sorts of games. Goodness knows when we're going to. That's what worries me. Okoye, though. Lawrence on to Irving. Finds Vink, who finds Konate. Gives it to Bellingham. Stansfield. Reich. On to Stansfield again. Stansfield into the penalty area, looking for an option. Stansfield to Irving. Irving just wide. I mean, this could have been a cricket score at this rate. But I'm just praying we get Konate a goal. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a penalty. It can come off his bum cheek for all I care. He's not going to get one though, is he? Silveira. Possibly his last chance to get one. Konate here. Irving. Back to Silveira. Antonio finds Nunez. Bellingham. Bellingham looking for an opportunity. Shoots himself. Hits the bar. Bellingham back into the mix. And it can't find anyone. Nunez heads forward. Back to Lawrence though. Reich. Finds Stansfield. Nope. That's the end of the highlight. It looks like we're coming to the end of this game. The only disappointing part being the fact that Konate is once again not on the score sheet. Sunderland absolutely dominated, obliterated in this match. 0.06 XG for Sunderland. No shots on target, one shot. We have won 4-0. Best win all season. Absolutely fantastic display from everyone, bar maybe Konate. But that seems to be a running theme at the moment. And we find ourselves in 13th. We're now 10 points ahead of West Ham, occupying that 18th place and first place of... That's a terrible way to say it. That last relegation place. We actually have a positive goal difference now as well. And if you look up the league, we're within 10 points of 6th. Which could be a European place. If we could put a run together, we could find ourselves in contention for Europe, which would be pretty darn huge. We're performing quite well at the moment, and without, you know, I think, and Marcus Antonio is really helping, to be honest, and now that Arakpo's found form in front of goal, I mean, he now has 6 goals this season, Arakpo. It's looking better than it was. We are starting to look positive rather than negative. I mean, look at this run. We haven't actually lost since Liverpool, although we do have Arsenal coming up. So, Carabao Cup semi-final first leg is next against Bournemouth, and then we have a game against Arsenal. And after that, we probably go to the Carabao Cup semi-final second leg and Liverpool in February. But I have a transfer window to deal with as well. The videos are coming you thick and fast. We're showing a lot of games this season because it's our first season in the Premier League. But I think we're doing okay. There's a lot of draws, don't get me wrong. But we've now started to incorporate some wins. And those are crucial because if we can start putting this sort of form together, we can start beating teams like Wolves and Bournemouth and people like that. It makes the tough games against people like Arsenal easier to swallow because that's the games you expect to do rough in. So we just got to pick up the points where we're meant to pick them up. And if we do, we will be fine because currently the table looks very good for us. And I'm happy about it. But if you've liked this video, give it a like, subscribe if you are new, hit that bell notification icon to stay up to date with this series part-time to all-time, as well as the series at the weekends. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.